This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Of course, first I want to mention, you might be asking, why is everything Jungle Cruise themed? Well, on WDW News Tonight on the WDWNT TV channel, we started our countdown to the 70th anniversary of Disneyland this summer. We're celebrating all the attractions turning 70. We started with the e-ticket adventure that started them all, the Jungle Cruise. So go check that out on the TV channel if you'd like. We had a lot of fun. And there's more coming up. In 2 weeks, we got the Railroad. I think in a month, we're doing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's a good time on News Tonight. It's a little edgy. It's a little more adult than our other content, so keep that in mind. And also, while you're over on the TV channel, that is now the home of all of our vlog content. So that's where you can check out my continuing series from the maiden voyage of the Disney Treasure, an upcoming series from Hong Kong Disneyland, and also our first trip to Hilton Head and Disney's resort there. So check out the TV channel, WDWNT.tv, to check that out. But here now the news for February 7th, 2025. The winner of Sunday's Super Bowl will be celebrated at Walt Disney World this year. The announcement was first made via an Instagram story by the Walt Disney World account. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles will face off in New Orleans on Sunday, February 9th. The winning team from the NFL's annual Super Bowl game is typically celebrated at Walt Disney World Resort, with the most valuable player being a part of the iconic "I'm Going to Disney World" commercial. Last year, the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes visited Disneyland Resort on Monday, February 12th, following the team's Super Bowl victory against the 49ers. Mahomes appeared in the victory parade with Disney characters in Disneyland Park. The last time the Super Bowl champions appeared at Walt Disney World, believe it or not, was way back in 2020 when the Chiefs also played. The Super Bowl that year was held in Miami, and Patrick Mahomes celebrated with a parade on Main Street. With this year's game being held in New Orleans, it makes sense for the festivities to return to Walt Disney World rather than Disneyland. D23 has announced a special new event celebrating Space Mountain as part of their Spotlight series, which will be taking place in Orlando for the first time. The event will be taking place at the AMC Dine-In Movie Theater at Disney Springs. It's scheduled for an 11 a.m. start on March 8th. The March event will be a panel discussing the history of Space Mountain, which recently celebrated its 50th anniversary. The description for the event reads, "All personnel clear the launch platform. Get ready to blast off in a one-of-a-kind presentation celebrating Space Mountain, Walt Disney World's first thrill ride. Join a panel of Imagineers to celebrate the Walt Disney World attraction's 50th anniversary, along with the exciting behind-the-scenes stories about other thrill attractions at Walt Disney World Resort." Tickets for the in-person event are $29. That's $26 plus a $3 handling fee per ticket. The person buying the ticket must be a gold member, and each member is allowed to buy a second ticket for one non-member guest. The ticket will include access to that special presentation on Space Mountain, as well as other thrill rides at Walt Disney World by Imagineers, one D23 member exclusive event gift, one complimentary beverage, and one complimentary popcorn. Tickets for the Space Mountain and Beyond event will go on sale on today at 10 a.m. Pacific time or 1 p.m. Eastern via a link on the D23 website. It probably will sell out, but in case it doesn't, we've given you the information here. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to throw any digs in. We did a very big event to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Space Mountain with the actual Imagineers who worked on it. This sounds like it'll probably be current Imagineers, who obviously none of them worked on the original Space Mountain, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm glad they're doing something in Orlando. D23 has had a severe shortage of Florida events, so it's nice to see them doing things here. A new playground is being constructed just around the corner from the Imagination Pavilion at EPCOT. The area where the playground is being set up is located just behind the current Expression section, set up for the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. The Expression section is that fan-favorite offering where you get to participate in a large-scale paint-by-numbers mural. A green scrim has been set up around the perimeter of the area to block the guests' access as construction is going on, but behind the scrim we could see crew members at work assembling the playground. Construction equipment and a stack of pallets were visible. We also saw a piece of playground equipment resembling a blue climbing structure that appears to be a cozy dome. We noticed that the picnic tables had all been pushed to the side on top of the grassy area as well. This flex space was under construction for a year, and since its opening last summer, it's mostly been used for seating, where guests can sit and relax and enjoy festival food items. But for Flower and Garden, it's going to be made into a playground once again. It has been a playground in the past as well, several different temporary ones. The most infamous in my mind, Oz the Great and Powerful. But again, we suspect for Flower and Garden, this is going to be some sort of a playground, which that kicks off in, I think, March 5th. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guests and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is, their concierge services are 100% free. Say it along at home, so book today. There's new furniture in the lobby of Disney's BoardWalk Inn, while some of the old pieces have been reupholstered. Don't worry, the infamous nanny chairs remain stationed on either side of the fireplace. These human-inspired chairs are replicas of old carousel seats designed for adults to sit on while the kids rode the animals. For comparison, we're looking at 2 old photos of the lobby right now, but again, we'll compare those to here are some photos of the new lobby, the updates. I won't. On the website, we went sort of piece by piece through the furniture to tell you what's new and what's old. I won't bore you with all of that here. If you want to check it out, it's at WDWNT.com. But all of this part of the reimagining of the BoardWalk Inn and Villas that's been going on for several years now. The lobby was remodeled 2 years ago. In 2022, the Bellevue Lounge received new furniture. Carousel Coffee with its own seating area replaced Dundee's Sundries, and guest rooms were remodeled as well. And outside, the actual boardwalk has had a lot of changes. Confirmed recently that Jelly Rolls will be closing. Big River Grill and Brewing Works closed last year. And since 2022, the Boardwalk Deli, Boardwalk Ice Cream, Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs, and the Cake Bake Shop have all opened, replacing old offerings. According to a new update on the official Disneyland Resort website, the Droid Depot in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge will no longer offer reservations and begin only accepting walk-ups. A new notice has been added near the bottom of the Droid Depot page on the official website. The notice says, incoming transmission, Droid Depot at Disneyland Park will no longer offer reservations starting March 17, 2025, but walk-ups are always welcome. With this new change, guests visiting Disneyland after March 16th will no longer need to pre-book a reservation. They could just walk up and go ahead and build that droid as they wish. Of course, what's happened here is we've seen over time, not so much, at Disney World there's still a good amount of demand, but at Disneyland, man, every time I've been in there the last year or two, there's never anybody in there. So, Disneyland, obviously a local crowd, and I find that the Build-A-Droid experience is not super repeatable. You could do it, you could obviously design one of each, and I think that's enough for the super fans. But otherwise, if you're a kid, you probably do it once, and that's kind of the end of it. And they've run through most of the demand for it at this point. So I wonder, will they shake this up at some point in the not too distant future? Will it continue to be a build your own droid experience? Will they get new product, or will they replace the experience altogether? We'll have to wait and see. But this is sort of the first sign that things are not quite as popular as they once were. But Galaxy's Edge did open over 5 years ago already. I know that's hard to believe, but so it's had a good run. Construction is finally complete at the Cozy Cone Motel in DCA. In Cars Land, and with walls down, a new ordering system has been revealed. The Cozy Cone Motel is inspired, of course, by Sally's Traffic Cone Motel from the Cars films. It features 5 giant cones, each serving different offerings. Previously, guests ordered at each of those individual cones, but now guests can order at a new station on the back of the Cozy Cone Motel's lobby building. After ordering here, guests pick up their items at the individual cones, and there are 2 counters at the new station, each with mirrored lines, for a total of 4 registers. A large awning juts out over the ordering space, but stanchions are also set up for longer queues. Signs feature a QR code for mobile ordering, which still has individual pages for each cone, and there are digital menu screens behind the cash wraps displaying all of the Cozy Cone Motel options. There are also screens to the sides that switch through pictures of different food and beverage options. After ordering from the central station, you head to a cone to pick up your snacks. Make sure to hang on to your receipt. And at each cone, there are now 2 lines. One is that pre-existing mobile order pickup line. The other is pickup for you who has ordered at the counter. This used to be standard order. It used to be a standard ordering queue, but you now cannot order directly from the cones anymore. Those lines had gotten so crazy that I completely understand this. This is probably a good idea. Cast members start getting your order ready before you arrive, and when it's done, they check your receipt, so they know they're handing to the right person. And there are signs above each cone marking the 2 queues. The Cozy Cone Motel opens at 9 a.m. It's open till 10 p.m. most days. It offers a Magic Key discount, and the 5 cones are Cone 1 for churros, Cone 2 for ice cream, Cone 3 is chili cone queso, number 4 is the frozen cone coctions, and number 5, the popcorn scoop. Since this is going to help with the lines, may I make a request, Disney? Can we get more flavors of the pop cone back? I remember when they opened, there were so many flavors of pop cone. I think dill pickle has held on, which is a good one. But I think there was a spicy one, and there were so many good ones. And I'm just sad that they've all gone away, and there's always like 2 or 3 options now, and they're always the same. That would be great. I feel like the popcorn was such a big deal when it opened, and they just kind of gave up because it took too long to, I think, control all of those flavors and make them for everybody. But now with this new system, I think it'd be worth a try again. Disney, if you're listening, please give us back the popcorn. The opening of Pixar Putt, a pop-up mini golf experience at the Pixar Place Hotel, has been delayed until next week. Pixar Putt was originally supposed to open today. It's now scheduled to open officially on Tuesday, February 11th. Guests with mini golf reservations for February 7th through the 10th have been emailed explaining the experience needs a bit more time to cook up some delectable putt-putt fun. Guests can reply to the email to reschedule their tee time for any date and time beginning February 11th based on availability. In exchange for the inconvenience, Disney is offering guests who are rebooking a $15 voucher to use at one of the Pixar Place Hotel dining or quick service locations. The pop-up features interactive putt-putt holes inspired by Pixar films, including Inside Out 2, Toy Story, Cars, Monsters, Inc., Soul, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, A Bug's Life, WALL-E, Luca, and Turning Red. Pixar Putt has previously toured the U.S. with pop-ups in New York, Washington, D.C., Long Beach, and D23 at the Anaheim Convention Center. Pixar Putt will be at the Pixar Place Hotel through June 1st. Tee times are available every 30 minutes and can be booked at pixarputt.com. Disney Cruise Line is returning to Alaska in the summer of 2026, with the Disney Magic visiting the destination for the first time. The Magic will join the Wonder, which has offered Alaskan itineraries during the summer since 2011. The Wonder has Alaskan itineraries available during the upcoming summer of 2025 as well. The Disney Wonder is the only Disney Cruise Line ship that has ever sailed Alaska. During its 2016 dry dock, it received a reinforced hull, ideal for sailing through icy waters. Cruise ships sailing around Alaska also follow various guidelines to protect the environment. Many use technology to improve wastewater and air emissions and do not offer single-use plastics. Its frequent visits to Alaska may be why the Disney Wonder is the only Disney Cruise Line ship to not receive a major water slide or ride like the Aqua Dunk, which was added to the Magic in 2013. Disney Magic will likely adjust its operations to be more in line with those of the Wonder, keeping the Alaska waters and air clean. Its last dry dock was a quick 3-week refurbishment in 2023 that may have prepared it for such a visit. Disney has not announced any updates to the ship, like a reinforced hull for Alaskan sailings, but it may have still received them or may receive them in the next year before heading north. The Alaskan itineraries for the Wonder and Magic offered in the summer of 2026, sailing out of Vancouver, Canada, are available on our website. Of course, BR Guest Vacations would be happy to book them for you. But Disney Cruise Line has also announced their full lineup of summer 2026 itineraries with sailings to the Bahamas, the Eastern and Western Caribbean, Europe, and Singapore. The Disney Dream will sail out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida on a 14-night transatlantic crossing next May. It'll arrive in Barcelona, Spain for a summer of European cruises. For the first time, Disney Cruise Line will visit Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy. The Dream will visit other ports of call across Italy, Greece, Croatia, Malta, France, Spain, the Netherlands, Norway, Belgium, and the United Kingdom during 7- and 12-night Mediterranean cruises and 3-, 4-, and 7-night UK and Northern Europe cruises. The Disney Fantasy will sail out of Port Canaveral, Florida for mostly 4- and 5-night Bahamian voyages. It'll also offer one 10-night Southern Caribbean cruise. The Disney Wish will sail the Bahamas on 3- and 4-night voyages, as it has pretty much since the beginning. And Disney Cruise Line's newest ship until the next 2 launch will embark on 7-night sailings of the Eastern or Western Caribbean. That's, of course, the Treasure. The Disney Destiny will launch in November, sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. It'll offer 4- and 5-night cruises to the Bahamas and the Western Caribbean, plus 2 7-night itineraries to the Eastern and Western Caribbean. The Disney Adventure will begin cruises out of Singapore in December of this year, and like its inaugural season sailings, it'll offer 3- and 4-night itineraries with no ports of call, only days at sea. Pricing varies depending on the date and stateroom type, but bookings open for all these on the following dates. For Pearl Castaway Club members, it'll be Monday, February 10th. Platinum will be Tuesday, February 11th. Golden Oak and Club 33 members will be Tuesday, February 11th as well. Gold Castaway Club on February 12th. Silver Castaway Club on February 13th. Disney Vacation Club members also on the 13th. Adventure Insiders on February 13th also. And the general public on Monday, February 17th. The Tokyo Disney Resort will temporarily close 3 attractions in August, according to the online refurbishment calendar. The Tokyo Disneyland Haunted Mansion will close for refurbishment on August 6th and is scheduled to remain closed until September 15th. That is generally to add the holiday overlay. The Western River Railroad will close on August 7th and is scheduled to reopen on September 17th. This is in addition to their closure from February 27th to March 7th. Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, one of the newest attractions at Disney Sea as part of Fantasy Springs, will be closed from August 27th until September 16th of this year. These closures are in addition to previously announced refurbishments for 2025, which of course are on our website. Another one of those closures is Frozen. Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey, one of the new Fantasy Springs rides, is closing in the near future. This is normal in Japan. They do what is supposed to be regular preventative maintenance, which all the Disney parks do not do. They're supposed to. And so you do want to keep in mind, I know for many of you, this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Obviously, you don't want to miss something that's important to you, so it's good to stay tuned in to what those refurbishments are, because I will tell you, I've never been on a trip where a major ride is not closed. In fact, my first trip ever did not include Pooh's Honey Hunt. And as you all saw, if you watched the vlogs last year, my entire time living in Japan, I did not have Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, one of my favorites. So keep that in mind when you book your Japan trip. You might want to pay attention to those refurbishment dates. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. And of course, you want to watch the show happen in person live, you can get your tickets at events.WDWNT.com. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.